Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, let's clean up the engine bay a little bit more. Let me show you what we're gonna work into. Let's get into it. So this is the current engine situation. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to hang out with this D16Y7 for a little bit until I get the motor I want to put in there, which I haven't done yet. But in the meanwhile, let's try to clean this up a little bit, make it look a little bit more presentable, not embarrassing when I open the hood. So what I'll do is I'm gonna work on the valve cover and that intake pipe. The idea is to make it go away. By doing so, I'm gonna go ahead and add some Wrinkle Plus VHT paint. This is gonna give it that wrinkle finish, and I'm gonna paint it all black. So the valve cover should be painted black. I think I might even do the pipe too, just to kind of, again, clean it up. Less red, the better right now. Eventually, I'll get rid of these. I just don't want to spend the money on that now, especially since I'm going to end up swapping it later. It doesn't make sense to do that, but this is a fun little project I can do today, so let's get on it. All right, first step, let's just start taking some of this stuff off. Pretty simple. These are just going to be your spark plugs. Pop right off. All right, that just comes out. Undo this. Little vacuum. Jammy. Oh, it's like really caked on there. All right, that's done. This is just a throttle cable, but I'll take that off anyway. All right, put this over here somewhere. I'm gonna break all of these loose first by hand. Super easy. I haven't taken this valve cover off yet, so be a good look inside that engine, see how it looks. That's it. Should have probably got a valve cover gasket kit since I'm doing this, but I did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one fell on the ground. As it should, right? As it should. Should be able to pop this in. There we go. That engine looks gross. Bad. Wow. Ugh. That is not nice looking. Car runs great though, I will tell you that, but this valve cover has seen better days. But yeah, that shouldn't be so bronzy looking. I mean, it can be. I've actually been using the Valvoline, like Restore and Protect, I think is what it's called. And I'm excited to see how this ends up. I haven't even done one oil change yet. So I'm curious to know how well it's gonna do, but that looks pretty filthy to me. So let me start working on this valve cover. All right, as I start taping some of this up, I'm gonna make it very clear. The goal is not to have like a perfect valve cover. That is not the goal for this. The goal is to eliminate the reddish burgundy color and make it black. So I'm not gonna put as much effort in doing this mini project as I would if I was keeping the engine, if I was gonna, open the hood and show the car off type of deal. This is literally just, nobody sees this but me and it's bothering me. So the way I'm gonna prep and do this is not as if you were gonna do it for something you really love. I don't love this engine right now, so I don't want to put that much effort into it. So let's just be very clear. All right, let me get back into it. So here we have the valve cover. It's pressure washed, it's sanded, it's degreased. I'm letting it just air dry out right now in the sun. In the meanwhile, I cleaned up the intake pipe. I have it on a stick so I can just paint this real quick because I want that to be black as well. And let's see how this looks. All right, so here's the first coat of the crinkle paint on the intake. I gotta give it, it says 3 heavy coats. So this is the first one. I'm gonna start letting this dry a little bit more, and then I'm gonna start painting it. I gotta tape it off first. All right, second coat on that. I'm about to give this its first coat. Taped it off from the inside, cut this one from the outside. Let's go. All right, so the valve cover is painted. I want the Honda sign to not be painted, so I'm gonna have to sand that off. I just taped off a little bit around it. And I'm gonna hit that with, I think this, my orbital sander maybe. But I wanna make sure I protect the outside so I don't accidentally nick that. Work that down a little bit. Just gonna clean off the hardware a little bit. Nothing crazy. I should have replaced these. I didn't. I did clean the inside, as you can tell. I degreased it, pressure washed it, blew it out with air. Obviously let it dry overnight. I did all of that. I couldn't have left that like that. It looked terrible. So it's not perfect, obviously. It's not a brand new valve cover, but it's definitely clean. A cleaner. All right, I can put that back on now. All right. Throw a little garbage bag over it so nothing falls in overnight. So I pop back in the gaskets around the spark plugs, and I put on the gasket around the pan. I just gotta drop it in place. That could have been really bad. I could have fell right inside the engine, and I would have been kicking myself in the butt. All right, that's there. Let me snug these down now. All right, so you gotta torque these down to about 8 to 10. All right, I'll put this back on. As far as the filter, let me clean that up a little bit. Take this one, let's just see it. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm just taking a bolt off the engine bay that I found that I must have left there when I took something off. Could you see that? Yeah, I'm just gonna use this one. Hopefully it's not too long. No, it should be fine. All right, so I replaced the red silicone for this black jammy that I had in my box. I actually had this in there when I had my turbo CRX. I was trying to figure out where I had leaks on, and I had to make like my own, leak test. Shout out to Javi, who kind of told me how to make my own leak test. Javi tuned. He's the one who tuned that CRX. He did a great job on it. So I had this coupler in there, so I'm just gonna swap it out just so I can eliminate all that red. This, I hate the way this looks, but I don't have another one. I wish I can get rid of that for a black one or wrap it or something, but I don't. So I'm gonna snip it. It's too long. I'm gonna cut that and redo it. Put the filter on now. So this is all beat up, old, rusty, disgusting. Amazon came in clutch overnight, brand new, black, clean. Different rings depending on different sizes. So let's put that on. And there you go, guys. I think this is where we're gonna end the video. What I did is obviously valve cover, intake pipe, painted that, replaced that filter, replaced that coupler to a black one, much more stealthy looking. I actually made a little bracket over here with some aluminum that I had just to keep this sturdy so it's not bouncing around. But that's it, man. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comment what you guys think, if it's the right direction, and if you're enjoying the build. Until next time, peace.